My pleasure to have you join us today on the program Healthy Living. My name is Adesuwa Usa Uwage. We are not oblivious of the fact that the Lassa fever is still very much around, and sensitization is ongoing on the need to practice proper oral hygiene, make your environment clean, make sure that you do not have rodents around where you stay. If there are bushes, do well to clear those bushes. If there are deaths anywhere, make sure that you find a way of evacuating those deaths. You don't need them around your house, because when rodents find themselves into that area, they will breed in hundreds. And before you know what is happening, they're in your homes and damaging not just foodstuff, but furniture, and also causing you to fall ill. So the Lassa fever is very much around. We're doing our best possible to make sure that we, get our environment clean. And the coronavirus is still very much available. So far, we've heard that about 980 persons have died, including the doctor that discovered the strange illness in Wuhan, somewhere in China. And of course, about 300 plus have been discharged from the hospital, and several more are still in the hospital. They have been quarantined. So if you have business in China, do what not to travel this period until there's a clean slate, a very clean slate that the coronavirus has been contained. Today on Healthy Living, we want to look at sudden death. Have you ever heard somebody say, I saw the man walking and all of a sudden he fell, slumped and died? Or somebody will say he got up from the chair and the next thing he slumped and died. Sometimes somebody will just rush up from the bed, and before you know what is happening, that person is on the floor. Apparently, he will be dead by the time you get to him, or somebody walking out of the bathroom. Sudden death, sudden death. What are the causes of sudden death? Does it have to do with anything at all? If yes, we've got a medical doctor in the house. He's a family medicine practitioner, and he's going to be telling us what sudden death is, causes of sudden death, and of course, if there are ways to curb this or eradicate this or manage ourselves so that we don't fall victim of sudden death. So join me as I make welcome Dr. Nosa Iguma. Dr. Jolly Nosa Iguma is the CMD, Janos Medical Center here in Benin City. Hello, doctor.
It's a pleasure having you.
Welcome again.
Thank you very much.
All right, doctor, we're looking at sudden death. What is sudden death?
Yes.
Why is it sudden death?
Just like the name goes, sudden death is unanticipated, unexpected death of a relative or a patient in general. The word sudden is to say that it was not expected, and the relative will not actually have enough time to say a goodbye to that loved one that is reported to have died. And if we look at it from this other side, you get to understand that there are certain chronic illness, maybe somebody like diagnosed of cancer. It's a lifelong thing. For the person to be diagnosed maybe at the very end stage, or maybe somebody diagnosed of a kidney problem. So you can see that it will take time for the person involved, the sufferer and the relative, to prepare their mind to say, oh, this patient has been diagnosed of a chronic illness. Certainly there is no hope. So whatever that is going to be given to that patient at that time is going to be a palliative. So that will not be a sudden death in any way, because it's quite anticipated. Yeah. But if it's unanticipated, maybe somebody you saw this morning is not reported to have died in the afternoon or in the evening, it becomes a sudden thing. Nobody actually expected it. Nobody actually saw it coming.
It was not even an accident.
It was not even an accident, or to say maybe the person was driving the car and had an accident. That is not the sudden death we are talking about. The sudden death we are talking about is something inherent, something inside the body that will just cause somebody that is walking, or that is maybe sitting down with friends, or that is just involved in a intense argument with somebody. Before you know it, or maybe with just little brawl fight, the person will just fall down and die. That is exactly what we need by the sudden death. And just like as I was talking about somebody that was diagnosed of a chronic illness that will not take time and the person that is diagnosed and the relative around will actually prepare their mind. So you can see that the person will like have, stages before the person finally, passed out. So that is why we say there are 5 stages of death according to Kubler-Ross. Okay. So somebody that is diagnosed of a chronic illness, we have 5 stages of death. There's this stage of we call it DABDA. So that is DABDA, yes. We call it denial. That is the first stage. It's just like somebody that is diagnosed of cancer. The person at that first time might not actually accept it. This psychological, defense mechanism, I don't have it. I'm not sure I have it. That will bring about a coping strategy. Then the next one is the anger. The person will show towards people around and the illness itself. Then we have the bargain. Then the next stage is the depression. After which the person will now accept. The acceptance is the last stage before the person will finally pass out. But in that case of a sudden death, this 5 stage of death now is not there. So it's quite sudden. So you now see that, just like the way I said earlier, sudden death is an inherent thing. So medically, we've been able to incriminate some certain conditions or diseases which are associated with sudden death. Okay. And those diseases are heart-related disease, then the brain itself and others. For example, if we look at the very common cause of the sudden death, which is heart-related, one of them is called arrhythmia. Yes, what it means is that there is this poor conduction mechanism of the heart. The heart, other than the fact that it's more or less like a generator that pumps blood, in the human body, it has its own electrical, system, a conduction system. So when this conduction system is not functioning well, this electrical conduction system is not functioning well, we will say that the person has arrhythmia. And this because, improper heartbeat, whether the heart is not beating fast or is not beating slowly. That is what refers to as the arrhythmia. So even the arrhythmia itself now, we have, why would somebody have an arrhythmia? Somebody that has weakness of the heart muscle, what refers to as the cardiomyopathy. Such person might have what we call the arrhythmia. So that will cause, this conduction, problem, that will cause the heart not to be functioning well, that will cause irregular rhythm or beating of the heart, unlike the normal regular beating. But the person will have regular beating. That is the arrhythmia. Any person that has this arrhythmia, that is diagnosed of arrhythmia, they are more likely to have sudden death, unannounced death.
Is it impossible for a patient to know that he or she has problem with the heart?
Very unfortunate to say that in this part of the world, people don't really go for medical checkup. So by the time we look at the symptoms of the arrhythmia, you will now see that some person manifest those symptoms, but they might not even meet a doctor to present their symptom or for a laboratory or a radiological investigation to be carried out to actually know the cause of the heart pain, of the palpitation, of the dyspnea or shortness of breath or weakness as the case may be, which are the symptoms of this arrhythmia. So you now see that other than the cardiomyopathy I mentioned about, there are some genetic conditions that will just make somebody to have this irregular, electrical rhythm of the heart. So what refers to as the Brugada syndrome. So such person will just give birth to in that condition. Like that. So that, like that, exactly.
So it's imperative that everybody, at least once in a while find time to go and do medical checkup.
Yeah, exactly. Because you just do what we call the ECG, electrocardiography. So when you do this, it will tell us, those things I'm trying to explain, whether the heart is, beating regularly or beating irregularly. The arrhythmia can be diagnosed with just a simple ECG, which is a test anyone will do when you have problem related to the heart. Yes. So other than the Brugada syndrome I was explaining about, we may have somebody that is having problem with kidney as a result of, because of the increase in potassium buildup, what refers to as the hyperkalemia. So a person with hyperkalemia, increase in potassium buildup or low potassium level, hypokalemia. So those conditions can result to what refers to as the arrhythmia. Electrolyte imbalance in general, and not only that, somebody that is taking chronic drug abuse, they can also have this regular beating heart. So you answer that somebody that is diagnosed of this disease, if the person is well managed, they might not what call sudden death.
Okay, if you're just joining us, the program is Healthy Living on ITV, and we are looking at sudden death causes and of course ways to prevent them. And Dr. Jolly Nosai-Guma is our guest. He has been talking about some of the causes. He has talked about when somebody has irregular beating of the heart, where the rhythm is irregular, either too fast or too low, and they attributed it to arrhythmia. Okay, we're going to take a very short break, and when we come back, we'll continue with our discussion on the program Healthy Living. Stay tuned.
Time to be alive.
Another season of love and romance is here with us.
Baby, say you there for me. I there for you.
Come, enjoy this Valentine's special season at Independent Television and Radio's Couples Classic.
I'm beginning to fall in love.
Love has never been this beautiful. Show that special one in your life how much they mean to you. Come, discover exciting ways to rekindle your love and strengthen your bond.
ITV and Radio's Couples Classic is an opportunity to make the Valentine's Day as memorable as possible. Date is Friday, 14 February 2020. Venue, Prestige Hotel and Suite, number 1 Ihama Road, GRA, Benin City.
Regular tickets, 10,000 naira per couple. Table for 4, 100,000 naira. Tickets available at ITV Glass House, Airport Road, Benin City. This program is sponsored by KC Devices All-in-One Phone Shop. Sales of phone, laptop, CCTV, inverter, smartwatch, and accessories. Located at 68 Airport Road, before Akenzwa Junction, Benin City. And Shop 68, Bobizwa Complex, opposite Oba Market, Ring Road, Benin City, Edo State. KC Devices, customer satisfaction is our commitment.
Edo Geographic Information System, Edo GIS, 102 Sapler Road, Benin City, for your certificate of occupancy. Chairman on the occasion, Chief Barrister Felix Imoisili, former 2-time chairman, Igweben Local Government Council, and Edo State PDP chairmanship candidate.
Special guest of honor, Barrister Ken Imaswagbon, also known as the Rice Man, former Edo State governorship aspirant. Apostle Dr. Dixon Agbonwanite, General Overseer, Christ Mission Ministries, 6 Okungbowa Street, off Nomayo, Upper Sokmomba Road, Benin City.
Dr. Patrick Okundia, consultant, ear, nose, throat, head, and neck surgeon, and Honorable Commissioner for Health, Edo State. Honorable Nosayaba Okumbo, member representing Orienwa East Constituency, Edo State House of Assembly.
Osae Matthias Obayuwana, Esquire, Benin-based legal practitioner, principal counsel, and head of chambers of Nusawema Chambers. Patriot Patrick Osage Iholo, president and founder, One Love Foundation, and observer general of democracy. Honorable Patrick Agbonkonkon, MD, CEO, Conconex Farm Nigeria Limited, and founder, Patrick Agbonkonkon People's Initiative, PAPI.
This event is supported by Itadave Automobile Service for oven spraying, auto body filler, and panel beating. Number 1 Oyakilome Avenue off Ozolua Street, the road after Awando Filling Station, Ekenwa Road, Benin City.
Final Eyes, Ice Cream and Lounge, 2 Ara Crescent, off Stadium Road, Ekenwa Road, Benin City. Telephone 0706 151 2333 or 0816 736 2842. Fino Eyes, tasty treats.
This year's edition promises to bring a fresh spark to your connection with several love games lined up, all for you.
ITV Radio Couples Classic.
Fire up your love life.
The National Sports Festival is here again. Athletes from the 36th state of the Federation, including the Federal Capital Territory, will be hosted in Benin City, Edo State, from March 22nd to April 2nd, 2020. In keeping with the tradition, Independent Television and Radio will commence the countdown to the National Sports Festival tagged Edo 2020, where updates will be brought to you during the 2-week Marathon Sports Festival from Monday to Friday. Use this opportunity to advertise your goods and services for maximum profit. For booking and inquiries, contact these numbers: 0803-391-0879, 0808-5853-792, 070-352-78527. This event is proudly sponsored by Global Horn Industries Limited, manufacturers of high-quality PVC ceilings, beautiful designs, and very affordable. Kilometer 10, Benin Sapele Road, Ober Community, after RCC, before the bypass.
2020, here we go.
NSF Edo 2020, Beyond Sports.
All right, we are happy you're with us again on the program Healthy Living. We're looking at sudden death, causes, and of course prevention. My guest is Dr. Nosajoli Iguma. Doctor, you talked about when somebody has problem with the heart. What other causes might there be? Like this heart problem first. Are there symptoms? Would the person feel anything?
Yes, like the arrhythmia we just spoke about as one of the causes of the sudden death. The symptom may not be manifested in an individual that has this arrhythmia, most especially when it is inherited or when it is genetic, like I spoke about the Brugada syndrome.
Yes.
Notwithstanding, some persons will also manifest this symptom at any point in time before they will finally die, unannounced, which is a sudden death that we are explaining.
But maybe if the persons pay attention
yes,
to those
if
symptoms,
we manage,
no matter how small.
yes. But the truth of the matter is that in this part of the world that we have, most persons neglect symptoms. They just have chest pain. They don't even evaluate and try to know the cause of their chest pain. So the symptom of these arrhythmias includes chest pain. But there might be no chest pain. That's why I said most of those things will just go, unnoted before, maybe post-mortem. After death, that is when the cause of death will not be known. The pathologists will not say, oh, this person died of.
Of course, that would
this.
Be that would be very late.
That is like mercy after death.
Okay, so what other causes other than
yes,
that?
Other than the arrhythmia, we also have what they call the coronary heart disease. The coronary heart disease, a very classical example of the coronary heart disease is the myocardial infarction. That is acute myocardial infarction. That is also heart-related. You see, the heart is a very precious organ. Just like as I said, that the heart is like a pumping machine. It pumps blood around the body. And the function of the blood is to supply nutrients and oxygen to organ. The heart itself, for the fact that it does that pumping, it also requires blood supply. It gets its own blood supply. Now, if at any point in time there is a damage to the blood vessel that supplies the heart, maybe because of the buildup of plaques in the coronary artery of the heart itself, the vessel of the heart itself, or maybe there is an bolus formation, which is what I mean is that when there's a clot, a blood clot.
What could be the cause of all of that?
Maybe somebody that has what we call the deep venous thrombosis, or somebody that smokes, or somebody that is hypertensive. Oh. These are some of the risk factors for somebody to develop a myocardial infarction. So or hypercholesterolemia, high level of cholesterol. So when there is this clot of blood, when it moves or cause occlusion to the blood vessel, you will now see that even the heart itself will not be able to receive blood to supply nutrient and oxygen. So what happens over time is what refers to as ischemia. So there's like a death in that particular part of the heart. Area. So in that case, you can see that such person will experience chest pain, but there might be no chest pain. And many a times the person just die unnoticed, sudden death, my chest, the person just passed out. Wow. Other than this chest pain, they can also, there is also manifestation of maybe vomiting. They can, have diaphoresis, what refers to as excessive sweating, when that event is occurring. And many a times you see that most myocardial infarction, the pain usually radiates to the upper left arm. It moves, to the upper part. There are different causes of chest pain. Peptic ulcer, so many causes of chest pain. But to delineate the chest pain of this myocardial infarction from other type of chest pain is where the patient is trying to breathe during exertion, try to breathe in or breathe out. They feel the pain become more intense. So classically, that is more of a myocardial infarction, which I've just explained. Other than the myocardial infarction, another very cause is what refers to as the pulmonary embolism. What pulmonary embolism means is that some persons, they have what you call hypercoagulation. Their blood tends to clot. At any point in time, everyone will have injured. So when you injure any part of your body, you see blood oozing out. Yeah. But after some time, because of the clotting factor and the platelets, the blood tends to clot. Exactly. So that thing you see around the surface of the injury, that is the clot that will be formed there. So some persons have a tendency to form this thing in vivo, inside their blood. So when that blood has ability, for example, if it occurs in the lower limbs, maybe people that are prone to what refers to as the deep venous thrombosis, when you stay for a very long time, you see your legs are swollen. Or maybe when you travel in an aircraft, your legs are, swollen. Or some persons that are bitten by filarial worms, they have this kind of, deep venous thrombosis. So when this embolus, which is the clot now. When it moves from the lower extremities or the lower limb now, down, because it's in the blood, it goes to the blood vessel, it passes through, the inferior vena cava, then it finds its way into the right part of the heart or into the right chamber or the right ventricle. Then from there, the blood tries to force itself now into the pulmonary artery, because what the blood must go through the lungs, because that is where oxygen is released into the blood. I did say earlier that the function of blood mainly is to supply nutrient and oxygen. So if that clot now finds way into the pulmonary artery now, inside the lungs, you can see that the lung and the heart now are not closed. They don't have any relationship anymore. So that one is what we call the cardiovascular collapse or pulmonary hypertension. So you know that the person will start having intense pain in the artery. You see, this pulmonary hypertension is common in patients that have cancer or after a surgical operation, or people with venous thrombosis, as I said earlier on. Even elderly patients, you know that somebody that is just sit down or walking. If this is what I've explained, this process might just occur within 10 minutes, 5 minutes, in case maybe, clots moving from the lower streets down to the heart, because, the blood is just, the heart is, pumping around the body, as for circulation is moving, and so when this tendency, when this process occurs, blood clot goes to the heart, goes to the lungs, pulmonary embolism, it slumps, and that very common. Pulmonary embolism is a very dangerous cause of sudden death.
Okay, how can this be prevented?
Yes, the best way to go in preventing sudden death is regular medical checkup. And whatever symptom that you feel at your heart is not something that you overlook or you neglect. It's a means to know the cause of this acute chest pain, so that at any point in time, medication have to be given to prevent a deteriorating or a complication that will not cause death. But most cases just overlook it. You have chest pain, not even care to know the cause of the chest pain. You can see that those ones have explained the one related to the heart, pulmonary embolism, the acute myocardial infarction. You can see that they are heart related, and they present also with chest pain. Now, other than the heart itself, now we also have the brain. The brain is also a vital organ. So there are also problems attributed, or there are also problems related to the brain that will also cause sudden death. So stroke is a very common cause of sudden death. Classically, we have two types of stroke. We have the ischemic and we have the hemorrhagic. So the ischemic is 65%. Most strokes, most patients that will develop stroke is usually due to ischemic. That is, ischemic has to do with occlusion. There's an occlusion, just like the way I explained that of the heart itself. So when there's a blockage in the blood supply to the heart, to the brain, so you will notice that the blockage is what we refer to as ischemic. It could also be clot, as the case may be. But if there is a kind of a rupture bleeding, there is kind of a intracerebral hemorrhage, there's a bleeding inside the brain itself now. So there's a spill of blood into the matters of the brain. So if at any point in time, possibly the patient experiences this bleeding.
Yes. But how would the patient know? Because the brain is inside. Yes.
The patient will actually experience, for example, like the intracranial hemorrhage. A very classical type is what we refer to as subarachnoid hemorrhage. So patient will actually feel a thunderclap headache. There's a kind of an headache that they feel just like thunder. It thunders like that's what they feel. And not that they might experience a very strong headache and neck tightness. They are unable to move the neck. And most of them will even start vomiting at that point in time because of the bleeding to the brain. So within a very short time, patients, if not well managed, they pass out within a very short time. That's a very common cause of sudden death. Subarachnoid hemorrhage or the intracranial hemorrhage, which is a form of stroke that will cause a patient to bleed inside the brain. So you can ask that what are the causes of the intracranial or intracerebral hemorrhage or subarachnoid hemorrhage? Very common. The commonest cause is hypertension. So most persons don't even do regular blood checkup. They don't check the blood pressure. So when your blood pressure gets elevated, with time the complication the patient will need to do is cerebrovascular accident or the stroke I just spoke about. Other than that, though we look at it as modifiable and non-modifiable. The non-modifiable, which is the age, the sex, the race, that case be, is very common in male and common after the age of 40. And for the modifiable, people they hardly exercise, sedentary lifestyle. People smoke alcohol, they smoke cigarettes, they take abuse alcohol, these are risk factors for developing this intracerebral hemorrhage or this subarachnoid hemorrhage that will cause bleeding and aneurysm, that will cause the blood vessels in the brain to burst and spill content to the latter part of the brain. So just imagine somebody, it's just an argument with the ball, but the person just starts. And suffice to say that we have sudden death, maybe a man going out with a woman and the man was married in the hotel room. So most syncope or most loss of consciousness or most unconsciousness resulting after exertion is diagnosed to be subarachnoid hemorrhage or people otherwise.
Most of it.
Most of them, exactly. So you can see that most of those patients who go to, do extraction, post-extraction, they are actually hypertensive. And this blood pressure will get elevated if they not take, aphrodisiac drugs, because aphrodisiac drugs will take to elevate the blood pressure more. And for the fact that they don't even know their blood pressure, they don't even do a regular checkup, they take these enhancers. So that will even elevate their blood pressure. So just intense exertion, that will cause that bleeding into the, exactly. So before you know it, the person just, slump, just die. We've had of cases where men die inside the hotel, or maybe because of the exertion, or maybe somebody just doing a laborious job, maybe doing work in the garden, so we just fall down. So most likely it tends to be subarachnoid hemorrhage. But however, it's still subject to pathology reports. We still have to do a post-mortem. So other than the brain, other than the brain pathology or brain problem, like I said about the subarachnoid hemorrhage and the intracranial hemorrhage, we also have what refers to as the aortic problem. The aorta is very large. The aorta is a very large blood vessel that runs from the heart down to the abdomen. So some persons that abuse alcohol, that smoke, that have hypertension, they have diabetes, they have high level of cholesterol because of the turbulent blood flow. And those persons with those risk factors, they are about to have what we call the aneurysm. There's a kind of a swelling, within those blood vessels. Those swelling because
and they will not know.
Yes, because of those swelling, which is the aneurysm I'm talking about now. Intense or excessive blood flow will cause bleeding, and that bleeding will not result to kind of internal hemorrhage or internal bleeding, and such person might just pass out within a very short time. So you can now say that in all this that I've just explained, these are the very common cause of sudden death in our environment. Other than that, classically, patients that are...
Before you go on, let me quickly let our viewers know that you can start to call in to ask Dr. Jolly Nosai Iguma questions that are related to the topic we're talking about today, sudden death, all right? And the number is going to appear on your screen shortly. Before then, the number is 052-290-573. Do well to give us a call on 052-290-573, all right? Call and let your questions be related to what we're talking about today, which, of course, is sudden death. A lot of times, you see people will just be ordinary discussion, and the person will just slump and die, and they say, what happened, what happened, what happened? Oh, we are quick to attributing it to home trouble, forgetting that the person may have some inherent health issues that were not attended to. Particularly, you have issues with the brain, the heart, you're diabetic, you're hypertensive, like Dr. Jolly Iguma said. Some persons don't even know that they are hypertensive. Others don't know that they are diabetic. Some don't even know their health status. You feel anything unusual, abnormal within you, and the next thing you say is, let me go and get one hot ointment to use, or you're running to one medicine store to go and buy drugs because you feel that, oh, it happened to Mr. A, my best friend, and he used that kind of a drug, and he used this kind of a drug, and that. And if you are hypertensive, you don't need sex enhancement drugs, okay? Dr. Jolly Iguma said so, all right, so that you don't end up killing yourself, okay? 052-290-573 is the number to call. Call the doctor, ask questions, okay? And I'm sure you will be fine. Point to note is this: whenever you feel anything at all, go to the hospital, right? It does not take anything from you to do a proper medical check, all right? This is not my portion syndrome. It's not my portion. It's not me. Should cease. Okay, let us cease. We're in the 21st century. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. Yeah, tell us your name and where you're calling from, please. Okay, go ahead with your question. Can you reduce the audio level on your television set, please? Yeah, better.
All right. I heard the discussion about heart attack and all that.
Heart attack.
Like the sudden death, everybody discussed that on television. Okay, so I want to know, can hypertension lead to heart attack?
Honestly, I'm finding it difficult to hear you.
Okay.
Yes, we actually spoke about coronary heart disease, and we said the very good example of a coronary heart disease is the myocardial infarction. So the clot formation that is capable of causing ischemia or causing blockage within the coronary artery or the blood vessels of the heart might be as a result of hypertension. Somebody that is hypertensive, because of the atrial fibrillation, what it means is that an hypertensive patient will have a complication. They might have what we call the atrial fibrillation. Okay. They begin to have intermittent claudication. That is, they're bound to have clot formation. That is why most hypertensive patients, we give them anti-clotting medication. Yes, medication. We give them a...
Go ahead.
Yes, heart attack, it has a cure, certainly. What I'm saying is that most patients with heart attack will pass out even before they are attended to. What we are discussing is the causes of sudden death, the various causes of sudden death. And we said heart attack is, the truth of the matter is that 1 out of every 3 patients with heart attack will survive.
Okay.
Depending on the stage with which they have been at. You see, maybe if somebody with an heart attack now is not having the problem far from an health facility, before the person is being rescued to that health facility, the person might pass out.
Okay.
And you know, we live in an environment whereby when somebody suddenly just slumped down, instead of people to start giving an helping hand, they will bring out their phone and start to record a video. Yeah.
And so before the person gets to the hospital, the person dies. All right. 0522905573. Please call the doctor. Ask a question. Hello, caller. Hello, good afternoon. When you're calling, do us a favor. Reduce the audio level on your television set or move away completely from where your TV is. Hello, caller. Yeah, good afternoon. Tell us your name, where you're calling from. Okay, you want me to hear your beautiful voice. That's nice. 0522905573. Hello, caller. Hello. Hello. So, while we're waiting for more calls, Doctor, you did say that early presentation, when somebody slumps, the next thing is to rush that person to a health facility. But where there is no doctor, where the health facility is quite far from where that person is, what are people around supposed to do?
Yes, you see, in the absence of even the paramedics, so a person should know the basic care for a patient that needs a life support. In the case of a threatening condition like acute myocardial infarction, the arrhythmia, the aortic disease condition, because such patients will have what you call shortness of breath. They need oxygen to survive at that point in time. So if you're able to do what we call the cardiopulmonary resuscitation, the CPR, you know, you try and most of them will survive, you know,
just
before they are beaten. Yeah, exactly.
Press on the
yes,
persons.
yes. If you're able to train to do that, you just go to the heart, you know, you just make sure you
How
teeth.
hard?
You know, it's a gentle, it's a gentle yes,
push.
just try and, you know, do it and make sure that the person gets enough oxygen. You tilt the head backwards and let the person get enough oxygen. You know, I mean, you lie the person on the floor, you know, that's facing up, exactly. Then you try and tilt the person, you know, backward. Let the person get enough oxygen. Because at that point in time, they usually have what they call breath, you know, dyspnea or shortness of breath. They need oxygen to survive at that point in time. Whichever way, whether the pulmonary embolism, whether the acute myocardial infarction, whether the arrhythmias. So they normally go through that stage.
Let's quickly do this call. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Please tell us your name. Reduce the audio level on your TV. Okay. Please reduce the audio level on your television set, else we will not be able to communicate effectively. Hello? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
I'm calling from GRA.
Okay. Go ahead with your question. Hello? Hello, good afternoon. Do you mind reducing the audio level on your television set, please? Hello, good afternoon. Please tell us your name and ask your question.
I'm Success calling from Benin.
All right, Success, go ahead.
Please, in this situation, whereby the doctor just explained now all these kind of symptoms and causes of CP and cardiac arrest. So, what are the things that one can use? Like one is having tightening in the head, at the back of the head. So, what can someone use? Like drugs or medication?
Okay, drug or medication. All right, doctor.
Well, we don't actually talk about drugs in a program like this. The only thing we'll tell you is that there's a need for you to see your doctor regularly for medical checkup, because we have tried to explain some symptoms of this sudden death. For example, a patient that has this irregular heart rhythm, what we refer to as the arrhythmias, they can have what we call the palpitation. You see your heart just beating with just a sudden, with a slight noise. You begin to feel palpitation. You begin to feel, this regular heartbeat. So, other than that, you may also feel breathlessness. You just feel shortness of breath. You feel shortness of breath. You just feel weak. You may also have what you call the chest pain. If you feel any of those symptoms, it's not something you just overlook. Try and see a doctor, and if possible, an appropriate referral to a cardiologist. You do an electrocardiography, and that will tell us exactly whether your heart is working normally or working abnormally. And at that point in time, we start or initiate medication to avoid, a deterioration or sudden death, as the case may be. And
hello? Hello, caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, madam.
Okay, tell us your name, ask your question. Please tell us your name and tell us where you're calling from. I guess we've lost that call. Hello? 0522905573 is the number to call. The number is right there on your screen. Do us a favor. If you reduce the audio level on your television set, communication will be effective. If you also move away from where your TV is, perfect for us. We will be able to hear each other. Hello, caller. This caller is already defaulting. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Is it possible for you to reduce the audio level on your TV set or move away from where your television is? Are we okay now? Hello? Yeah, good afternoon. Speak up a bit, please. What's your name? All right, the lines are actually jamming now because a lot of persons are, trying to call in. Let's see if we can get a call or two. All right? So the doctor says if you stay away from tobacco, if you stay away from alcohol, if you do regular medical check, I think your life will be better, all right? Hello, caller. Good afternoon. Hello? Hello? All right, Doc, while we're waiting for more calls, most times you see some... Hello, caller. Yeah, good afternoon.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Please tell us your name.
Please. Hey.
Hello?
Please, what? Hello?
Hello, I can hear you. Oh, don't be frustrated, okay? The lines are jamming at this period, all right? But never mind, I'm going to drop a number for you to do a follow-up on this, all right? So if you have a pen and a paper, you can quickly write this number down, 08034721750, okay? 08034721750. You can, do a follow-up on that. So, doctor, in conclusion, what is a person supposed to do to have quality head care.
Yes.
Live to the fullest, avoid sudden deaths.
You can see that sudden death is quite imminent, and it's an unfortunate thing because the relative or the loved ones are left with sorrow and bereaved. And to avoid this sudden death, there's a need for everyone to do a regular medical checkup.
Okay.
It's not a thing that you overlook. I know we live in a very Christian environment to say, God forbid, I will not go to hospital. It's those who are sick that goes to hospital. It shouldn't be so, just like what I've said earlier. It's through screening, proper screening, that you will know that, oh, this is your condition. To avoid this, these are your medication that you have to be taking. To avoid sudden death, unannounced death. And most of those unannounced death might even occur even during sleep, with which the next morning or when you expect to wake up, you're unable to wake up. So the person just passed from there. And if it occurs at night, you might see that they look at it as sleep. When you feel that pain or you feel that bleeding in your brain because of the intracranial or intracerebral hemorrhage, to be unfortunate for medical.
So the need to always go to the hospital to do a proper, comprehensive medical check is important for you. We'll do this again next week. Thank you very much, Doctor, for being part of our show.
It's a pleasure.
And our
Thank
number
you for
again
having me.
is 08034721750. If you use this number, you will be able to do a follow-up. We'll see you again on Monday. Bye-bye.